Hi, I'm Carney Judge, and I'm here with distinguished University of Maryland professor, Dr. Ira Berlin. Thank you for coming to the University of Richmond, Dr. Berlin.
Thank you for having me here. It's a wonderful, beautiful day here in Richmond, and I think everybody is pleased to be here.
So, Dr. Berlin, what continues to motivate you to do your work?
Well, I think if you're a teacher, students motivate you. You can't be a good teacher without having good students, and so students, in some ways, make the teacher. I think there's a reciprocal relationship between teacher and student, and if that reciprocal relationship doesn't work, if we don't learn from each other, then it gets stale pretty quickly. So I depend upon my students to keep me going.
Nice. And so since we're on the topic of students, you say that there's a reciprocal relationship. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that you learn from your students as you're teaching them? Or is it a learning relationship, or is it more of a give and take between your ideals and theirs?
I think both. I would like to think it's a learning relationship. I would like to think that I am always learning something from them. I would like to think that if things are going bad and we are not sharing that learning relationship, we can be honest about it and get off the track and then get back on the track. So that's very, very important.
I see that. Yeah. So I keep seeing this new trend in media or entertainment about the retelling of history that's either been overlooked or underappreciated in recent years. So I'm thinking about like the 13th on Netflix, a documentary about the amendment, 12 Years a Slave, or The Birth of a Nation. Do you think that there's this trend of retelling some overlooked parts of history in either new or exciting ways to get the public more involved in it?
Well, history is always retold and told again and again and again, because we have to rethink what that history means for us. So it could be, twice told tales like the Revolution or the Civil War, or as you say, the 13th Amendment. We want to know how the answers to those questions, which our ancestors, whether we consider them parents or some other teacher or some other scholar, fits into our understanding of the world.
So in this current political climate, do you think the climate's going to affect the way historians look at this era right now, with the presidential race and all the other races right now?
Oh my gosh!
I mean, clearly it's going to impact it a bit, but I'm wondering what your thoughts are behind how historians will look at this specific moment in time.
I think historians will think and rethink what exactly the specific moment in time meant for the American people. Let me try to say this in such a way that this is nonpartisan as nonpartisan as possible. But frankly, this is not the way the American people have previously conducted presidential campaigns. And it is the people who have been chosen to be our candidates have not been the people who we usually choose. In particular, I think one candidate stands out in this measure. So people have to figure out what exactly is this a precedent that we will follow henceforth, and it will be useful for us to adopt, or is this God, we've gone down the wrong street, we've gone down the wrong alley, something terrible has happened, and we better rethink this.
I'm sure historians are going to notice this as like a historic election for the way that we proceed going forward from now. How is our next election going to be?
Right.
So thanks. So I think that's all the time we have for questions right now. But I just want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me today, Dr. Berlin. It's been a pleasure.
Well, it's been a pleasure both meeting you and meeting your colleagues here today and at the Jepson School. Great.
Thanks.